I'm sorry, everybody. Very good evening to everybody. I think I'm not handsome enough today, so the host did not let me in as a panel. But anyway, finally I got in. Thank you, everybody. So tonight we have invited a few VIPs to meet with you, Ørjan. And are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Yes! All right. Okay, for those who are a audience, please tag 888. 如果你是那个观众呢，请打888，让大家知道你们很兴奋，不然的话我们都感受不到你的兴奋度。So I just tell them to type 888 if they're excited. So we all hear that, this saying that it is not how you start the race, but how you end that's better. That's why Ørjan has been invited to the Zoom call tonight, as along the way, we all get hard knocks, and it is important that we get a coach. And in this case, Ørjan is our coach to share his know-how for us to have long-term and sustainable success. So, hi Ørjan, on behalf of the team, I'd like to thank you for coming to this call and making yourself available. And I know that many would like to quickly meet you in person, but unfortunately, due to the COVID, we have to meet in this way. But I'm sure very fast, we're going to meet you very soon. And I have a few VIPs in this room, which is very excited and committed. So I think they are very important to meet you. So first, we have Michael Loh. Michael is actually in Malaysia, and I'm very excited with this guy. When I first meet him, I know that Michael is going to be the one. He's very serious, very committed partner, and he's thinking, how can he design a fast-track program for his team? So I think it is important for Mike to meet you, Ørjan. Unmute yourself, Mike, and over to you.
Thank you, Kenneth. Wonderful evening to everyone, and thank you for inviting me to join this meeting this evening. We met Ørjan quite many weeks ago, and we had a very constructive discussion with Ørjan in the past, and also Robert as well from the earlier days, as early as end of last year when I got invited into 𝐓𝐶ino, and when I delved a lot deeper into 𝐓𝐶ino, a whole new world opened up before me. I run a clinic in Kuala Lumpur. We are a functional medicine clinic, and for the longest time we've been doing a personalized supplementation program, evidence-based. If people that knows about functional medicine, this is what we do. The clinic is known as a Santé Sanctuary, French word for health. So it's a health sanctuary. So when we discovered 𝐓𝐶ino, we were head over heels. And when we met up with Ørjan, we understood how committed Ørjan was. And as we dwelled a lot deeper into the science, if not the offerings of 𝐓𝐶ino, it fitted like a pair of gloves into our hands. However, when I started the community here, we obviously have a lot, like everyone else in the region, a lot of growing pains, a lot of stumbling blocks. And we also just recently met up with Kenneth, and he has been so very, very helpful to us. So thank you, Kenneth. Without you, inspiring us, hey, life is a lot lonelier in that sense with my team here. So I thank you all. Now, Ørjan, I know this evening we have quite a lot of people on board here, and there's a lot of questions I'm sure other people would have. So I'm going to fire off the first question. And this question comes very relevant to the community that we have under my group here. And the question is, a lot of them very quickly, to our surprise. Now, I know the Express Fast manual had suggested to list out 100 contacts for your business partners and customers prospect. Hey, to my surprise, a lot of people don't have 100 contacts to reach out to. And the question is, they run out of the contacts on their list very quickly, and they're a little bit lost, they're stuck. So the question for you, Ørjan, this evening is, how do they find, how do they develop, how do they create new business partners and customers opportunities for their own business, if you may. So over to you, Ørjan. Thank you so much.
Great question there. I could handle this from so many angles. As we're dealing with that, I just want to say that there is many answers to that question, and I'm going to deal with the most important answer first. So rule number one, they did not run out of prospects. They ran out of belief. So very, very critical, because if we said that this balance oil, this balance test, let's just make it very simple. You're here, there is 300 people listening in. You might be one of those that felt that you ran out of prospect, you ran out of belief. Well, if you were to give this away for free for the rest of life to 100 people, could you do it?
Of course.
And
sure.
I think that the answer to that for everyone, well, of course I could do that. No problems, I could do that. Well, that means that you ran out of belief, you being self-confident that you could go out, meet with the people, and that they would convert and want to buy it from you. Now, the second part of the answer is that the list, well, when you have 100 people on your contact list and you add people to it, and one day you'll have 200, one day you have 300, I'll come back to how you do that. When you have those 100 people, you don't run out, you build them up. So change of attitude is the second part. Change your attitude. You don't run out of prospects. For every no that you collect, either becoming a customer or becoming a partner, they take one step closer to a yes. And you've heard this, and it can sound like a cliche, but it's actually true. If we're talking about something that was a non-trend product, well, then it's not true. But when we're talking about a trend product, it is true. Because first time somebody asked me, and now it will sound really strange because this is a long time ago, but first time somebody asked me if I would buy a flat screen TV, my answer was no. My kids that are 6 and 2 and 6 months old, they will never know what a non-flat screen TV is. And for some of the people in the 20s, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But before, we had these big bulky boxes. And I remember when I got my first flat screen TV, and it was in my living room, it was in 2003, and my parents came and visited me. And they said, "What is that? Did you pay that much money for it? We will never do that." And now, 2021, guess who has had flat screen TVs in every room in their house for the last decade? The same people that said, "I'll never get one." I'll give you one better. I was the best man in a wedding in 2004. And the mother-in-law of the bride got irritated with me because I was talking on my phone. I was supposed to only be the best man that day. And she said, "Get off that phone." And I said, "Sorry, I just made a call." And she said, "You know what? I hate those mobile phones. I will never buy one." Guess who is FaceTiming with their grandkids every day during the pandemic? The same person that said, "I'll never do it." So when you're working with something that becomes a global mega trend, your list actually becomes better for each time you expose them. So be smart in your exposure so that each time you talk with somebody, they don't get offended, but they get lifted up. They get energy from you. They get enthusiasm from you. They get encouragement from you. And by the end of the day, they feel better after you end the conversation than you started the conversation. Then you can come back 2 weeks or 2 months because their life is constantly changing. So now that's the third answer. On your list, remember, just like you're not the same person today that you were yesterday or a year ago or 5 years ago, the people on the list, their life changed as well. So if somebody is very busy, they just get hired to a new job and they're excited about it, they got a pay increase, they got to spend 12 hours a day, they might say, no, I don't want to get involved in anything like that. Well, send me a custom product, but I don't want to be a direct seller. I don't want to have anything to do with that. But then 2 weeks later, they get fired. They got a 3-month package of leaving early. All of a sudden, they've got a different perspective. In fact, I walked out of a meeting into this meeting with a meeting just like that. Tom, which I've been working with for decades, he've known this guy for 10 years. Every time he booked a meeting, he have said no. He bought some products, but he have said no. Now, about a month ago, 2 months ago, he got fired from the company that he built up himself, and all of a sudden, he is interested. Then he wasn't that interested in the products. And then I talked about the products, and he mentioned his father. He had prostate problems when he got older. The guy is 53 now. And his father, he passed away, unfortunately, from prostate cancer. So we had a discussion about that. And I said, well, this product can't do anything about the cancer part, but it can make sure that, and this was a man, you know. So what I'm going to say now is going to be a little bit of funny. So don't get offended. I'm going to say something that at least in my culture will be funny. Maybe not in yours, okay? But be aware. I said, but it's good for a man to be able to pee properly for the rest of their life. And this product will help you do that because it will keep the prostate healthy. So I can't make any claims that it will prevent the disease, but it will keep your prostate healthy. And then he said, well, I must admit, the last few years, I'm getting up in the middle of the night every night, which means that it's starting. He needs to get in shape to make sure that that works when he is 75 and 85 and so on. So the list gets better when you're smart in improving it. So what can you do with your list today? And this is answer number 4. Where can you encourage them? Give a compliment. Where can you send them a message? Reconnect with them that is non-business wise. And where could you give them something? That could be that you give them that I want to go and have a lunch. Or it could be that you will invest some products in them. Or it could be that you're giving them something else of value so that they feel, wow, they're caring about me also when we're not doing a business meeting. This creates reciprocity. They eventually owe you something. And now next time you book a meeting with them, they would want to come to the meeting. Then part 5 is add new people to the list. All the people that you thought weren't good for it, add them to the list. Add people you meet every day. Add people from your social media. Add people from your neighborhood. Add all the people that you didn't think were a prospect. I joined at 17. Who are all the people that are 20, 21, 22, 18 that you haven't added to your list? Who are the ones that is 73 or 85 that you have not added to your list? Who are the ones that you could add to your list that you still haven't added? And then number 6, and this is maybe the answer that you were looking for, but I'm going to give you throughout answers because these are good questions that I'm getting today. And that is that what would be the reason why the person on your list would want to buy the product from you or would want to join the business? So instead of coming in and booking a meeting without being prepared, write down what you know about them. What would be their reason? That builds up your belief. If that person on your list has a diamond, 5,000 a month, is that more or less income than what they have today? If you look at what age is the person, would they have a health benefit? Convince yourself that this person would have a health benefit. If it's a man or a woman, or even if it's reaching out to them to get their kids on the product so their kids learn faster. There's many different reasons. So make a reason list on why this person would love to talk to you about 𝐶encino. And then ask yourself a question. Who would I need to bring to this meeting for me to be excited enough or bold enough to dare to book the meeting? then talk to your uplines. Get somebody with you to the meeting, or even talk to your uplines and help them book the meeting together with you. So I gave you 6 pointers. I could talk about this for the next 24 hours, okay? And keep on going through the things, because I've been prospecting, booking meetings, and recruiting actually pretty much my entire life since I was 17.
Yeah, great, fabulous. Thank you so much, Ørjan. Thank you. Good insight.
Well, thank you, Ørjan. I know you can go on until tomorrow on all the points, because I hear that in our meeting as well. So I got to believe in that you'll be successful. Attitude that we have good products and everybody needs it. So it is true, you know, I want to share my experience with you as well, that in my ex-company, I have to beg people, please join me, please use my product. But now that I have just joined 𝐷𝐶𝐶ino about 6 or 7 months ago, I just need to share, just need to tell my story, you know, and everybody gets excited and want to try the products, because everybody wants to get into balance. So this is what I thought. Okay, I'm going to call the next person. His name is 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. He just joined about 2 weeks ago. And why I want him to speak 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 is that I am so impressed by this guy. He is such a wonderful guy that in just a few days, he gets so fired up. When I talk to him in our Singapore office, he gets so fired up, and then he just walked out the door, and I heard Vincent calling me 2 days later that, hey, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 is now a fast silver. I said, wow, and I need him to meet you, Ørjan. So over to you, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. You unmute yourself. Thank you.
All right, good. Thank you very much, Kenneth. Again, and good day to you, Ørjan, and good evening to my fellow 𝐷𝐶𝐶ino members as well as guests here. Again, my name is 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 from Singapore, and we are the latest kid, the new kids in the block. Okay, and we are truly very excited. Our team was exposed to 𝐷𝐶𝐶ino, okay, to my mentor Patrick and Sophie. And also we got a chance to meet up with Kenneth. And we are really, because when we saw the products, we totally love the products. But more importantly, we love the company, because it's that when we look into the history, the background, the successful history that the company has in Europe, we believe that 𝐷𝐶𝐶ino is going to really carry the whole of Asia and the world. Okay, so we are truly excited, committed, and we are all in. Now, being the newest kid in the block, Ørjan, we have a question for you. Is after, okay, let's say, okay, when we speak to our new potentials as well as customers, now how can we get them to sign up and join, okay, buy the product immediately as fast as we can? So this is one question that we would like to ask you for your advice.
So thank you very much. Great question again. And we had a couple of great meetings already. So I love the progress that we're doing. As a newbie in the team, very, very much congratulations what you have achieved so far. So this is a typical thing that people want to do, is to get a closing as quickly as we can. And of course, that's what we're doing. But to close someone, we actually need to do the opposite. We need to open them up. We got to open them up to make the decision of doing something right now. And what I usually do in this process is very simple. And I could do a lot of this, but I'm going to do shortly something on this subject. The most important thing is to find the person's need. Why does the person need the business? Why does the person need to make more money? Why does the person need the product? Why does the person need to become more healthy? So finding the need. How do you do that? Well, you got to open up a conversation. You got to ask questions and listen to their answers, and then do brilliant follow-up questions like, Michael, tell me more. Kenneth, tell me more. It's not very difficult, as you understand. So when they start talking, you want to dig into it. And then if you don't feel like you've really found why they need it yet, then keep asking questions, keep opening them up, keep engaging in the conversation. Because when you then give that presentation, which we still have to do, we got to go through what, why, and how great the test is. Absolutely, we cover that. We got to go through the product, why, how great it is. We got to go through the skin serum, why and how great it is, and so on. We go through the presentation, and we got to give them the offer as well. Absolutely, we got to give them the offer. But closing is actually filling the person's need. So what a lot of people are struggling with is that they don't know what the person needs. So when they close somebody, their final sentences is based on what they need themselves. Then we become a beggar. Then we become a person that is trying to push them into it. Then we become what people call a salesperson. So instead, when you've found what people need, then in the end, you come back and say, so in the beginning of our conversation, you mentioned that you wanted to have products in your life that you could trust. In the beginning of the conversation, you talked about that you had a little bit of soreness in your knees, or that you wanted to improve your weight or lose some weight, or whatever the need is. In the beginning of the conversation, you talked about how you wanted to get a business that could make you a lot more money than the one that you have today. In the beginning of the conversation, you talked about traveling, social fellowship, whatever the beginning of the conversation was. And then I'd say, so with what I've shown you, I hope that you also can see how we can help you achieve all of those things. Would you be open to try that?
Yeah.
I know all of a sudden the person is going to say, do I want what I told that I wanted? And most of them will say, yeah, absolutely. I want what I told that I wanted. So that's the technical side of it. Find a need, fill the need. It's the opening of the conversation. It's the closing of the conversation, is filling the need that the person have. And now we can take a lot more immediate action. Then, of course, we have people saying, yeah, I'm going to do that, but I just want to research something first. Okay, they're trying to escape. They're trying to get out of it, okay? And sometimes we can't stop them for that. But often by prolonging the conversation and saying, great, I'd love you to research it, but I just wanted to make sure that you understand that researching the test doesn't really help you. It's doing the test that really helps you. So let's set up an appointment so that we can get you tested immediately, because that's the best personal research that you can do. And then you could go online, read a lot of things, or you could ask me whatever question you have right now that you haven't gotten the answer to. So I would invite you, just like, what more would you like to know? And then often that will do secondary needs. They will say, well, I was wondering about so-and-so, would it help that person? Then you can have a discussion about that. And then invite them to do a closing right now and say, hey, you know what? If you have that perfect balance, the company has a full money back guarantee. So there is no risk for you in getting tested because the company has a money back guarantee. They'll refund everything if you have a good balance. You don't have to research that. And no matter how much we read, we can't try if we get results. That's the only way we can try is by using the product 4 months and doing the second test. And that's like, let me jump in there and just urge you to do that. Everyone here, with all of your customers and everyone you've involved so far, make sure that people take it every day. Not every second day. Don't skip it on the weekends. No, taking this product every day between the first test and the 4-month test. So the second test in 120 days. Because when we've done that, we will create a lot of great things. One, we'll have hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't know how many we have in the business yet. But for everyone, there will be thousands of testimonials coming out 120 days from now. I hope people could fold their hands again. how pain went away, how all of those things that we know what the product does, clearer memories, sleeping better, how they feel more safe and protected. We'll get hundreds, maybe thousands of testimonials. And that will absolutely bring us into a crazy momentum from there. But we also get hundreds and thousands of after tests. So we can show 25 to 1, 1.7 to 1, 37 to 1, 3 to 1, 57 to 1, 4 to 1, 12 to 1, 3 to 1. And we get all of that test out there, and people will get crazy to get on this product because it works 10 times better. And that's some of the greatest stuff that you can have to then close on people also, or close in people later on as well.
Good. Okay, Ørjan, I think that is a fantastic advice, really. And so I understand from there is that we should ask more than tell, okay, to understand the customer's problems before we push our solution to them. Excellent, love it. Thank you very much. And definitely, I will share this with my team, and then we use it as our strategy to fast forward, okay, the growth of Zinzuno in Singapore and Asia. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I learned something new today, and I think it's very useful because we are selling a test-based nutrition product, which is not many in the market. Because before, when we were at test-based, my mentor teach me to sell hopes, and then I teach my people to sell hopes, and they say sell hopes. If you hope, go to church. So we are not going to church to sell hope, because we are selling a test-based nutrition products. So it's something that everybody's need. So thank you, Ørjan. Thank you, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. Now, the next person that I'm inviting is the superstar, Vivian. So I think I need not have to introduce her much. She will be speaking in Mandarin, and I'll be translator, unless Ørjan understands Mandarin. So she has been very, very cooperative in many areas. She has been with me for the last, 12, 13 years. And when we moved to Zinzuno, I think they applaud that we have made the right decision. So without much ado, let's invite Vivian. Vivian, 你在吗?
Hello.
Hi, Vivian.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, you speak Chinese, English.
现在我要开始说中文。
对。OK， 你讲啊，开始讲，开始问你的问题。
我们都知道，成功的关键在于简单的，再复杂的事情简单做，简单的事情重复做。
OK， 等我翻译啊。We all understand that to be successful, what's important is to simple step, simplify the complicated methods, and do it in a simple way. OK, Vivian.
那么，请问可以给我们一些意见，就是怎么样有效的去复制这个系统，稳健的来发展我们的团队
Okay, now that I know that we need to simplify the method, I would like to request Ørjan to tell us what is the most simplest method to have a duplication system to duplicate my team.
Well, thank you, Vivian. Great question again. It's a long answer to something that should be so simple. And again, I just want to say that duplication at its core is people becoming like you. I'm a parent. I would love my kids to do what I say and not what I do. Of course, everyone should be laughing now because you know how it is. It's hard to sometimes do the things that you say. And that's what I want to be very sure of here, is that people will duplicate what you say, what you do, and not what you say, not what you tell them to. They will watch you and duplicate. So that's why it's so important for me just in the setup here. One, absolutely crucial, when you start with a kit. The bigger the kit you start with, the easier it is to make the duplication of the kit that you want to sell people in the future. I've met so many people in my life, they want to buy the small kit and sell the big kit. Very difficult. You buy the big kit, then it's easy to sell the big kit. So 1, start with a kit. 2, add the auto order all the time, right away, no questions asked. Everyone comes in with an auto order. There is no options of skipping it, okay? Make it mandatory. Don't even think about anything else, because then they duplicate that further on. And this is important. Step 3, get that auto order free. Yes, we're in pre-launch and we don't have all of the subscriptions yet, but we've got an incredible prepaid mini for all of our customers. So get 4 of these kits moved out to the customer immediately, and they'll create all of the testimonials for you. You're in 10% cash bonus. You get $115 fast start bonus, and you get free products. Now you can say, I'm in my 2nd month. I made a lot of money. My customers are happy. I did a lot of tests, and I didn't have to pay for my auto order. So 3 very important steps. Then step number 4 is run for all the fast start bonuses. If you want to go fast, then everyone should get it started right away. And here is typically what I get when I start people. Well, I haven't received my kit yet. Well, okay, that's fine. But let's work on your list and let's keep on booking the meetings. I have received my kit. I have tried the product. I'll be the one doing the selling for you until you can trust it. So run for the fast start bonuses. No one wants to be left behind. So 4 customers and then the partners into your team. So these 4 customers and this kit generates 100 credits. So to get the fast silver bonus, which is by generating 375 credits, you need now to generate another 300 or 200 and some odd credits, which means that you need 6 kits in your team, preferably 3 on the left and 3 on the right. And you should go out and recruit them immediately so that you get that duplication that you want. Then number 5, when you've done the fast start bonuses, building as a leader is all about the CAB bonus. We pay in the commission plan in 10 different ways. And some people say the compensation plan is difficult. Other people say it's genius. I like the second way of telling about it better. Some people say it's difficult to understand the test and everything. I prefer to say this is a global megatrend and it's the best supplements in the world and it's the most scientific out there. So you see, how you say it yourself is what your team will duplicate. So pick up on some of this duplication. It's a genius compensation plan. And in the pre-launch, we have double paid on everything compared to what we will get when we launch. Then we will have to qualify for the ECB, qualify for the RCB. And the CAB bonus is the one bonus that makes the big distinction. It's not where we pay out the most money, but it's where you as a leader make your career. And it's important from the weekly perspective of building the business before you have a large customer base. The big money is in having thousands of people on the balance oil, thousands of people on the skin serum, just buying it every month. That's where the big money is. But the full-time money going from 0 to making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, the secret to that is in the CAB bonus. And that's where everyone starts. Before we make the big money, we have to qualify executive, platinum, diamond, director. And on these ranks, the CAB bonus is a very significant income. That's why I have the whiteboard in the back here in case I got something on the compensation plan, because you just want to draw out. Here is you, your business is here. You've got the 4 customers. And I know that you don't need to have them, but I would recommend always get 4 customers immediately. Faster is better. Faster is better. Just know that every time you ask, should I do this slow or should I do this fast? Faster is better. Faster is more fun. faster is more money. So there you are you've got your 4, and you've got your A team and you've got your B team, you've got the 2 sides. So the CAB bonus is paid weekly, and it's paid on generating 500 credits under A and 500 credits under a B. And credits is all internal currency. So the $289 kit gives you 50 credits. The $89 kit gives you 20 credits. And then the customer kit, which I believe is $169, gives you 28 credits. So that's the things that I would focus on. You sell any one of those 3 to people. Simple math, 289, you divide 500 through 10. So divide that by 50, and the answer is that you need 10 new recruits on this side, and you need 10 new recruits on that side every week to reach the CAB bonus. I hope you can still following me. But if you get everyone moving fast, the game changes a little bit, because you could have 3 people joining with that, and each one of them doing 4 customers each, and that would also be 500 credits when you look at the own credits that you're generating in addition. So it could be very fast to start people with immediately the first day, the 50 credit order, and 4 times the 28, because then you only need 3 new people on the left and on the right each week to make the CAB. So out of these 1,000 credits that we have, so this equals 1,000 credits, the team commission is going to pay us $115 US, but the CAB, so this is the small CAB, will then pay us additional $230 US. So for that week, you will be making $345 US. That's the most important step. If you duplicate CAB throughout your team, then everyone will be making money, and they will be making very good money from the very beginning. Now, if you look at the math here, you've brought in volume here for $2,800 or $2,900, and we paid you $345. In addition to that, you'll get mentor bonus. In addition to that, you'll get cash bonus. In addition to that, you'll get other bonuses as well. You'll get the phone bonus. So this is not all the money you made for the week, but this is what you get paid in that single week. And this is 11-12% on the entire volume, unlimited levels on the left and the right. So duplicate CAB. And then I think that was number 5. And then we have number 6, rank advance every month, or celebrate the rank advancements of your team every month. And then if I was going to do a number 7, which I usually don't do, but I'll add that especially for you guys, plug them into a system, get them trained. You want to have the best trained team in the world. You want to have those that knows everything, but don't only get them trained, also get them motivated, get them excited, get them to have that attitude, get them to believe in themselves, because then they will truly duplicate step 1 through 6.
Wow, wow, wow. It's very, very good. Every time when I hear this, I always get very excited. Vivian, 听懂了吗？听不懂我们再来。So I hear something very important. That is, work on the plan and don't let the plan work on you. So, and one thing I'm very impressed with Ørjan, this is freelance plan. He's talking about international plan, all this while. And I don't know how he can remember all the credits better than me. 289 package, 50 credits. Okay, now I know. So anyway, it's very good. So we work on the plan and don't let the plan work on us. Okay, it is coming to the end of this event, and I would like to ask the last question. And I would like Ørjan, you to advise us and give us some motivation. How can we move big from here? I always pay full attention to your closing speech, Ørjan, whether it's annual event or Diamond kickoff, because after hearing what you speak, you can make me fly. And I believe many of us here are hearing what you're going to tell us in the closing motivations. We are going to fly with 𝐓𝐶ino Business. Thank you, Ørjan, and over to you.
Well, thank you, Kenneth, for letting me have a few minutes to close here. What could get you the most excited? That's a big one, you know. And like my dream for every single one of you is that you wake up in the morning and you feel amazing. You open your eyes, you just feel great about yourself and your future. Now the question is, how do you move from where you are to having that feeling inside of you? When you walk into your kitchen, maybe you drink tea, maybe you drink coffee, you definitely take a balance shot from now on every morning. How do you, if you're not in that peak state, how do you bring yourself to that peak state so that you feel the future is bright? Maybe my past hasn't been the best, but my future is going to be incredible. How do you move yourself there? And of course, doing this in 5, 6, 7 minutes is not that easy, but I'm going to give you some pointers to it. Make sure that you wake up in the morning and you repeat the dreams that you have to yourself. So what are your dreams? Define them. What are your goals? What are your beliefs? What are your vision for the future? Here is one of the things that is the trouble. As soon as you open your phone and you go to any newspaper, they will tell you that the world is a dark place. They won't tell you that the future is bright. They won't tell you that you belong to a company that right now is tiny and it's the next billion-euro company out there. It's the next company that is going to go all across Asia and get millions of customers. You don't find that. You got to find that between your leadership and between your goals and your dreams. So for motivation, to stay motivated, build your dream list. I'd recommend you tonight, write down 50 or maybe even 100 things that you would like to do, that you would like to see, where you would like to travel, that you would like to own, what you want to have in your bank account, what do you want to do for your children, what do you want to do for your parents? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be recognized as? Which ambitions do you have? What have you not done that you would like to do before you pass away, hopefully 120 plus years old? We're on the balance oil, we're going to live very long, very, very long. I upgraded Kenneth from being 70, 80, he thought that he would be done, to 90, and now I'm upgrading him to 120. So we need that, and I need it because I want residual income for a very long time on every customer. So we make the best products in the world so that people will live and never die. Well, one day they will, but that creates residual income, you know, when you have great products. So what are those things that makes you hungry, that makes you feel, wow, it's worth it? What do you need to read? What do you need to listen to get that feeling of feeling strong, feeling bliss, feeling like, wow, I can do this? Who do you need to connect to? What do you need to forgive in yourself to be able to be free? And that's bringing me back to the name list in the beginning. Most of the reasons why people run out of names is that they are not able to forgive themselves for their earlier mistakes. When you forgive yourself for your earlier mistakes, well, then those people doesn't have anything against you calling in your mind, you know, because whatever you did wrong the last time, you've forgiven. So you start with a blank new sheet of paper and you call them like it was the first time. So what do you need to do to really take care of yourself? That's the core of motivation. And then, of course, when you're in 𝐓𝐶ino, your future is truly bright. Like, just think about this test kit, this oil. So in Norway, where I come from, we've been selling this product for 8 years in Norway. And we've tested 1.1% of our population, 1.1%. So that's not a lot. I think that in the next 10 years, we'll test maybe 2 or 3% more of the population. And in the next 30 years, I think that we will be testing maybe 20 or 30% of the population. So we've just gotten started in Norway. But in your perspective, if you're in Singapore, well, that means that before you've tested 1.1% of the population, that's 65,000 customers. And right now we have a few hundred. So all of those will be in your team because you're the first one in Singapore. Even better if you live in Taiwan, 22, 23 million population. Wow, 1.1% of the population. That's like 230, 240,000 people in your downline because you're the first one there. And I'm not talking about fiction. We've already done this in Norway. And by the way, we've done it in Sweden, we've done it in Denmark, we've done it in Finland, we've done it throughout the Baltics. So I'm not talking about fictitious things. In 8 years, you can test 1%, 1.1% of your population. So if you're in Malaysia, even more lucky. That's like 300,000 customers in your team in the next 8 years, just doing what we did in Norway. And if you're in Thailand, which we are also opening, gets even better. That's like 600,000 or 700,000 people in your team because you're the first mover there. But what if you speak Chinese? That's like 13 million people before you're at 1% of the population. You see this? So you're ahead of something that will change the planet. This is a global megatrend. Our goal is not to test 1.1%. Our goal is to get to 20, 30, and 50% of the population tested. But in the short, near future, when 𝐓𝐶ino go from being a $135 million US company to a billion US dollar company, you won't even reach to test more than 0.3 or 0.4% of your population because it's going to happen so fast because you're so early in 𝐓𝐶ino. And when you look back in 2050 and 𝐓𝐶ino have 100 million customers and you've got 18 million customers in your team and you're making more every time you breathe than what you're making today, then you will remember this, that you were there fighting for every test, fighting to keep people on the oil for 4 months so that they could get the second test, because we literally got no one in all of Asia that have done it before and after. That's how early we are. And it's going to be every single person in the future, just like they get a mobile phone, just like they get a scale at home to check how much they weigh. Test-based nutrition is going to take over the world because it's superior to guest-based nutrition. The mobile phone took over because it was better than the landline phone. The landline phone, remember when you couldn't walk away because you were stuck to a wall? Some people are so young, they don't remember. I remember that still. It was a superior technology. When we talk about going to the doctor, what if you came to a doctor one day and they say, no, we don't need to test your blood sugar. No, we don't need to test your blood pressure. We'll just guess it and give you some drugs. No, you'd walk out. You'd think that they were crazy, wouldn't you? Because, no, well, 100 years ago, they did guess those things. They didn't test it, but there was a global megatrend. And you're first in the global megatrend of test-based nutrition, which will outcompete all other nutrition in the world. So everyone you know out there that is taking a nutritional supplement that cares for their health, they will test. Just give it time, keep on believing in that future, keep on believing in you, and they will test. They'll become your customers, they'll become your partners, and from now on to the rest of your life, you will dominate the market. You will be the winner in the market, and we will grow every month, every quarter, every year, and every decade. And in the end, everyone will be doing test-based nutrition because it is the future.
Wow, I'm very, very excited. You know, as Ørjan speaking, and I'm calculating, I'm using my calculator, and try to calculate the numbers. You know that if we are able to do 1% in Asia, you know how big is that? We are doing $16 billion, which is the biggest company in the world. So can we do 1%? That's a very good question.
We can do 10%.
Let's
do first, we will do 1 in the next 8 years.
Yeah. And if Ørjan can do it in Norway, why can't we do it in Asia? That's my challenge to everybody. So let's aim 1% in this 2021 and 2022, which will bring us to like 1.6 billion euro company. All right. So I am very, very excited. I told you, when you hear Ørjan's motivation, you feel like flying, right? Are you, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒? Are you feeling like flying now? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm about to close this meeting, and I'd like to share some information about Asia market. This is more for the Europeans and Nordic partner. So first of all, I'd like to say that we have all the products available now in local warehouse. So meaning you need not have to worry that products is sent from overseas, get caught in the custom. We successfully imported all the products into Malaysia, into Singapore, into Thailand, into Taiwan. So you have no problem with custom. The company already take care of the custom for you, all right? So, and then we are going to soft launch Malaysia, which will be the first country, which is sometime very soon, maybe May, maybe June. I don't want to give what I call promises, but it will be very soon. And it will be very exciting, because when we are soft launch, we have this customer program. Customer introduce customer, they will get free products as well. And some people say, oh no, it's difficult plan. Oh no, it's complicated plan. I don't think so. I like to give a very blunt reason why I think customer is important. Let's put it that way. Customer important, customer not important. Those companies that thinks that customers are not important, how many of these companies are around today? If you are long enough in this business, you know that in the last 5 years, there are dozens come and go. So when you say that customer is important, what's happened? Let me tell you what are the companies that focus with customer. I don't know whether you know this company, which is one of the biggest few, Tupperware. Maybe many never heard about Tupperware. Tupperware is big. And what they focus on? Customer. I'm sure you heard about Amway. Amway has got a very, I don't know how to describe, traditional plan, all right? Traditional plan. I don't like to say bad. Traditional plan. But with such a traditional plan, they're still the biggest company in the world. Why? Why? Because they focus on customer. So with this product that now I'm in context, I know that when I speak to 9 people, or rather 10 people, 9 will buy. The one that's not buying just got one reason: he cannot afford. So what can I do? He cannot afford, right? The 9 who buys can afford this product will stay on the product, because technically our products compared to the retail store like GNC, we are cheaper than GNC. So what else you want? And we cannot compare our product with GNC because we are much better. So we have products in hand. We have we pay commission locally as well. So in Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Thailand, we have products in local warehouse. We pay commission locally. So everything is in order. The only thing that I think is not in order is that you have not made up your mind. You have not made up your mind that I want to be successful. If you decided that you have made up your mind, I'm always with you. Call me anytime, and I assure that we are going to be successful together. Thank you, everybody, and give Ørjan a big clap. Thank you, Ørjan, and
thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And we're going to invite you again very soon for the next meeting, because I see that there are about 400 people, I think. There are about 450 people in this meeting. So it's very exciting, interesting day. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And good night. Let's end this meeting now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.